Well, hello, Christian.
Hello, Abby. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so happy you're here. I have so many ideas, thoughts, questions, but first, I'll let you, before like jumping all into them, I'll let you explain who you are and what your company is and how you came into this space. I'd love to know.
Okay, well, again, my name is Christian. I'm the founder of Angelic Organics, which is a clean plant-based hair care line helping women reclaim their halo. So we're all about using plant-based ingredients to support natural hair growth. Within the market right now, there's about 70% of products that are targeting curly and textured hair contain some type of toxic chemical that is linked to either infertility,
Mm.
cancer, hormone disrupting. So for me, Angelic Organics is just helping close that gap where textured hair isn't seen as an afterthought, that we can also have clean, available products. We don't have to compromise our health in achieving healthy hair.
I love that. So, how did you even start? How does one start to invent a hair product, right? Like, how do you even start from a science perspective? What ingredients do you
Yeah.
start mixing together?
So what sets us apart is I actually went back to school to get my certification in hair care formulation. So
Cool.
it was during the pandemic. It was like I had already did the big chop and I still wasn't seeing growth with my hair. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? Everyone online is doing these rice water rinses. Like, okay, let me try rice water. Let me see what's going on with like avocado mask. I was like, let me just try it. And I stayed consistent for like a month and my hair was retaining its length. I was getting way less shedding. So I was like, okay, something's here. And I just kept going down the rabbit hole of investigating ingredients. And there's so much data behind plants
Mhm.
and hair growth. So I just kept going down this rabbit hole, and eventually I met an amazing chemist and she let me know, like, if you want to take this to the next level and you want to really own your formulas, I recommend you going to this school. And this school is based in the UK. It's an accredited school that teaches you how to formulate for hair care and skincare. So I'm actually certified in
Wow.
both.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so we follow the European cosmetic regulations, and that's what sets us apart. We'd be the first brand to have a European certified hair care that is literally positioning curly and textured hair at the center. No one else is doing that with that type of certification.
And so what do you have to do to get certified?
Well, luckily for us right now, we're following everything. So it's
Okay.
going to be really easy when we send off our products to have it tested and to write on there like natural and clean and have that eco cert, that European stamp on all of those products. So it's going to be easy because we're already following what ingredients we can have in all the bottles.
Amazing. Do you is your packaging like what is your packaging like?
So we're brown. So similar to this,
Which I love. I
actually.
love that there.
So it's brown on brown. So we do all glass. So we want to make sure we're sustainable.
I
So
love.
we're only using amber glass right now with brown labels. So just to really touch into that natural earth,
Yes.
really connecting our bodies back to the earth and making sure that we're, doing things safe for ourselves, but also safe on the environment. So all the ingredients are biodegradable, readily biodegradable. So they don't take much time at all, like other chemicals that take like 500 years to decompose. So,
So important. I love glass packaging too. I feel like so many times products are incredible and then the company misses the mark because then the plastic is going to melt into this product anyway.
exactly.
It's crazy.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a lot of plastic.
Okay, so what's what I mean, I can guess what the big chop is, but is that like
Oh, yes.
not in my community, probably much more in yours? What is the big
Yes.
chop?
Yes, a lot of people with like curly hair that started off doing chemical relaxers.
Mm,
And so I grew up with chemical relaxers. It took me until I was 20 years old to go, okay, let me cut all of this processed hair and see my natural curls. And that's what we call the big chop of like
okay.
starting at level zero, cutting it all off, having like what we call a TWA, which is teeny weeny afro, and rocking that. And it's supposed to be a moment of really like embracing who you are, your natural self. But a lot of women don't have that beautiful healing moment because it isn't something that happens overnight. And
Mm.
the movement didn't really touch on that. And so you look in the mirror after always seeing yourself with straight hair, and then you're like, I don't know who that person is that's looking back at me. Like, who is that?
It's so
So,
true. It's so definitive of who you are, your hair.
yes, it's a part of your identity. Most of us, I think like 70% say their hair is a part of their identity.
Okay, so when you did the big chop, were you terrified after? Like, were you mortified? Were you like, whoa, what is this?
Oh yeah, I was definitely like, I don't think this is me. I was
Yeah.
pouring on makeup. I felt, honestly, I
Mm,
felt ugly. I was like,
hmm
I don't like, I've never seen this person. So I had to really get creative with like my makeup, with my jewelry, because I just didn't feel enough without anything else. So it
hmm
was a long journey of fully embracing my curls. And I didn't see the products on the shelves really helping and healing in that area. So that's why Angelic is a part of the name because there is a healing that
hmm
happens when you're trying to embrace your curls and you're trying to go natural. So, yeah, we're understanding that journey. I'm
hmm
understanding that journey,
hmm
and I wanted to make sure that each bottle plays into that. So we do include affirmations on the bottle. I do
Oh,
have a
I love
QR code.
that.
Yes, I want people to feel very seen when they're using these products. Like I don't know. I wanted to feel very special and a celebration of curls and textures. You know, we're talking about the big chop, which is prevalent in the Black community, but there's so many other groups that have similar stories that don't look like me, that
hmm
still have curly and textured hair. So it's really, and it's crazy how we can all have this similarity of not seeing ourselves as the standard and wanting to straighten the curls out for
Yes.
years and years and years. And so I want to make sure that that demo gets seen, which is why we've centered curly and textured hair.
I love it. So it's really for any community of hair that has
Yeah,
curly and texture.
yeah.
Before this, I was on a call with somebody who said, "Who's your?" I said, "I have to run. I have an interview." And she was like, "Who's it with?" And I told her, and she's like, "Ask her what I do with my Jufro, you know." And
Oh,
I
I
said, "I'm like,
love.
I think her product's for everyone. I don't think it's specifically for
Yeah,
African American hair, but because she
yeah.
has, in the grand
Mhm.
scheme of things, it's not that curly, but
Yeah,
for
yeah,
us, it is, you know."
yeah. Exactly.
So I will let her know that she could use your product.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I love when other people find me. It's not super heavy.
hmm
So I think a lot of times people, when they think of like really curly and coily hair, like the products are going to be heavier. And our hair type actually doesn't even like that either. So,
Interesting.
so
Right.
yeah.
I think of like a leave-in conditioner, like a thick
Mhm.
something that, but don't, not necessary.
Right. So in the sense of like my products for the like conditioner and the creams, they're thicker, but you use less.
Mm,
So you don't need to load up on it. So our hair doesn't even like to have too much on it that weighs it down. So these
hmm
are all they're more water-based than anything. We're not putting heavy oils or butters in there. We're using ingredients that actually penetrate into the hair strand, so they're not just sitting on top. So I think she would love it. I can't wait for
Okay.
her.
Okay. I can't wait for her to try it too. I'm going to tell her right when we get off. What was when you launched, was it one product or was it a couple? It was just one product? What was the
No.
first?
So we launched our full hair care line this year. Before
Amazing.
that, it was me getting my certification.
Okay.
So
So you're
yes.
like brand new baby.
Yes, I am. We've
Brand new
just been
baby.
running and it's been a dream. It honestly has of the connections, the response from the community has been incredible. The different accelerators I've been a part of, the pitch competitions, like the grants, I'm just like
I
very,
love
very
it.
grateful.
Incredible. And ultimately, what's your vision for Angelic?
Oh my goodness. I would love for people when they think of like curly luxury hair care, they immediately think of Angelic Organics. I want
Mm,
curly and textured hair to feel a part of this standard. I want to close the gap. Right now, only 3% of clean beauty actually targets curly and textured hair.
mm.
There's a huge gap when we're talking about how many chemicals are and how many products that have these chemicals are targeting curly and textured hair. So I want to close that gap and I want people to feel very seen and very celebrated when they think of my brand. And the idea would to get is to be in more retail, be in more doors across the country. Even further along is international because there's a huge demographic out in Europe,
hmm
Africa that can really benefit from these products. So.
So if somebody wants it now, you sell it from your website?
Right now we're
exclusively?
D2C, yes,
Okay.
but we are in talks with different retailers. So I'm super excited to, announce that when that happens. But
Uh-huh.
right now it is D2C, but soon within LA, people will be able to try the products in person.
Amazing. And now is this all happening? Are you like bottling in your home? Where are you doing this?
Yes, I'm the chemist.
Ah!
Absolutely. I keep it in-house right now, but we do have a co-packer for when the time comes, because like I said, we are in talks. So when the time comes where we need to produce more units, then I do have a co-packer that is fully aligned with clean. They only deal with natural ingredients. So,
Did you think as a child this would be were you always a businesswoman, a
oh
beauty
gosh, no.
gal? Like where did you come from? What was your passion before this?
Oh, I love this question. So the reality is, I did not come from any of that. I did not see this as I wouldn't have been able to guess it. I'm the youngest of five. I grew up in Detroit. My mom moved us to an all-white town when I was 10 years old. My family was the only black family within the town. So I was there until I was 16, and that is around the time where I started to hate my hair. It was like I
Mm,
started to lose my identity of what made me special because I wasn't seeing myself reflected at all. So I just didn't have a good relationship with my hair. And
mm,
once we moved to California, it was my senior year. That was when I was like, okay, I started to let my hair grow in, but I still fully wasn't there yet. So by college is when I did the Big Chop 20 and saw my natural curls. And that changed everything for me. I started to see more confidence in myself the more I forced myself to just rock the afro. It's like,
mhm.
it was too short to put it in a ponytail. It's too short to do anything with it. So it's like, just go out there, just rock it. I didn't wear any wigs. I didn't alter it. I was in college, so it's not like I had the money. If I had the
True,
money,
right.
maybe I would have. I didn't. And so I just rocked it and I saw my confidence change. And once I started to accept that my hair was my hair and it didn't need to look like someone else's, I didn't need to manipulate it so it wasn't so big, so it wasn't so loud. It was like, that was my superpower.
Mm,
Once I accepted this is a part of me and the way that it is just how it is. I don't need to change it. I don't need to, fix it or, you know, make it more tamed so other
mhm,
people can wrap their heads around it. My confidence changed. I just started walking in rooms like I owned it. I wasn't worried about the stairs. Like, okay,
mm.
enjoy the view. I love it. So,
Powerful.
yeah.
What were you studying in college?
I
Or-
studied journalism.
Okay.
Yeah, I studied
Yeah.
broadcast journalism. I really thought when I first moved out here, I started with TMZ. So I worked there, then I moved on to the Dr. Phil show. I worked at Hollywood Unlocked on the side. I was like, I'm gonna be a reporter. This is
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do. And I think it helped that I went that way because it helps me with communication with people.
Sure. Yeah.
But during the pandemic, I was still at the Dr. Phil show, and that was when it was like Angelic Organics was born.
Yeah.
I just was so ready to feel fulfilled in what I was doing. And I
Yeah.
was doing the DIY on the side. And it was like that was so much more rewarding to me to help other women fall in love with their hair because that's what they're telling me. They're like, oh my gosh, my curls are finally popping using these products.
Mm,
I'm like, so you're seeing the results I'm seeing. So that's when I was like, I want everyone to feel this way. I don't want any young person to go through what I went through of looking in the mirror and really feeling like your natural self is a problem, like your
mm,
natural self isn't enough. So it's like being that our hair is so tied to our identity, and a lot of us hide behind our hair in a way with altering it or using some form of extensions to change it. It's like I wish I could reach everyone and let them know there's so much power in just embracing your hair and you will see it flourish when you do that. You
mm.
don't need to alter it because you're actually slowing it down. You're
Yeah.
working against it.
Yeah. Well, the chemical straighteners are like the worst. No
Yeah.
judgment for anyone that does them. You do what you got to
Thank
do.
you.
But
Right, right.
um, how does your family, like youngest of five, how's your family with this business? Are they super supportive? Are they confused? Do you still live near them?
Yeah, so my family is all over. So we
Okay.
still have some family members in Detroit. My mom is in New Mexico now. My mom loves to travel, so she's in New
Okay.
Mexico. But my sisters are out here and they're extremely supportive. My cousins, all of them have supported me and let me know how proud they are of me.
Hmm.
So yeah, no, family has been my biggest supporters. My family and friends have really shown up for me. And it's just the beginning. It's like when you really love something, you can't help but pour all of yourself into it. So this is my baby, but it's like my gift to the world. And I hope that, people can appreciate it the same way I do.
I love that. How do you feel like, aside from friends and family, are you getting the word out, or what else do you want to do to get the word out, especially within your specific, and I don't mean the African American community. I mean like the
Oh,
wellness community, the beauty
yeah,
community, like
yeah,
within your community, because I think there are so many passionate founders now, but this product and you seem very special, unique, beautiful. Like I feel the earthy vibes when I'm talking to you. So
yeah.
how are we going to get the word out about this?
Girl, same. How are we gonna get the word out? I think doing this, so I'm really just
Yeah.
appreciative of you even giving me a mic and
This is like why I
amplifying.
love doing it.
Yes, it makes a difference, honestly. It helps me just talk about it. And for anyone that comes across this, they can see it and be aware that this brand exists. And just, I'm working from the ground up. So
Yeah.
I don't mind going store to store. Just earlier today, I was just at a different store to pitch the business. So I do whatever I can. I'm a part of accelerators. I just finished the Botox Cosmetics Confidence Project. I did the FedEx e-commerce one. So I've done actually quite a few.
Good for
But
you.
just, trying to get the word out, but also know like the business is always going to be refining. So
Mhm.
making sure that I'm still working it and turning it as much as I can.
Do you ever want to do any piece with the like skincare part of it?
Everyone always asks me that. They
Just
really
curious.
do. Maybe one day I
hmm
feel I get the hair care is what kept me
It's your
up all
passion.
night. It's my
Yeah. It's
passion,
your connection. I feel that
It
for
really
sure.
is. It
Yeah.
really is. But maybe one day, if everything just goes so well and I'm like, why not?
You're
Maybe
like,
one
I'm
day.
bored. Let me make a moisturizer.
Exactly. Exactly.
Um, the school in the UK, do they know that
Yeah.
you're like up and going and running this business?
So that is on me that
Okay.
you need to tell them because I
Okay.
just attended their alumni. But everybody doesn't always go right into business. So I knew from the very beginning that I was going to turn this education into a business.
hmm
And so I did this alumni mixer with them. It was virtual, and they asked like if you guys are in business, please let us know. We want to support you. We have like ways of amplifying. So that's on me. I do need to let them know. But
Okay.
yeah, they're really good about highlighting their students that do go into business. They want to make sure that um
Yeah.
yeah, they support.
I mean, it's good for them to show that it works, you know?
Yeah. And it really does. It really, really
hmm
does. I
How
mean,
long was that program?
it was 2 years, and
2 full
I
years.
actually did the two at the same time. So I did skincare and hair care at the same time.
Oh my
They said I
gosh.
could, but they said it's not gonna be easy.
But during COVID, like that's the best use of your time, I feel
Right,
like.
right. Exactly. No, I was heads down. I was on it, but I was working a full-time job. So now I'm full-time on the business, but at the time I was juggling a lot. Yeah, I had my hands in a lot of things, but
You know, they say if you want to get something done, give it to a busy woman.
there you
I mean,
go.
it's so true. I also feel
There
like
you go.
your work in TV, because I feel the same way. I came out here also like as an actress in my 20s,
Okay.
and I love talking, obviously,
Hmm.
and I think it really serves my business side as well, marketing
Yeah.
wise.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like you having to pitch, having those journalism skills is huge,
Yeah, it
you
is a
know?
huge step up. I've done a couple. So I was actually on Roku Side Hustlers. So
Amazing.
I pitched on TV. I'm season one, and this was before I had my line. So I was just pitching the idea really at the time. So honestly, I hope at some point they do one where they check up on everyone because
Yeah.
then I didn't have anything, but it's helped me tremendously. I've done other like interviewing, so it's definitely been a huge help with talking and
You should
storytelling.
write them and be like, you need to do a Where Are They Now? You
Yes, I
know? I'm like, now I want to get you on like America's Next Top Model for their hair care. This is where my brain
Okay.
goes.
Period.
I
Absolutely.
can't
My
help
thing is
it.
so big on just like being in like places that really amplify clean beauty. And we're seeing the movement, we're seeing it like get more traction. But we still need way more. We
Yeah.
need way more of awareness of how harmful a lot of these products, a lot of these ingredients are
Mm.
that Europe has already banned.
Yeah.
You know, Europe has already been well aware that it's linked and it's too close. And so we really do need to educate the people since right now we're not having, you know, that agency government oversight to step in. We need to
Right.
educate the consumer.
I feel like we shout out to Cassandra McClure because I think that's how we connected, right? Now,
Absolutely.
are you already connected with her?
So I met her at Newtopia Now.
Oh, this summer?
Yes, so
Oh,
I went
amazing.
there just to scout. They reached out to me. Well, they were part of a different organization, and so I reached out after they presented, and then hopped on the call, and they were like, "Come check us out. We'll give you a free ticket. Just come
So
check us out."
nice.
So
Yes.
nice. I was there. I was able to meet Cassandra, and she's amazing. So from there is when I actually reached out to her and was like, "How do I get involved?" So I'm still very, very brand new. But when
Okay.
I saw you guys interview and her
Yeah.
talk about fragrance, it was like that was one
Yes.
of the biggest things for me. It's like
Yes.
fragrance is a secret killer, and we love scents and all that, but we don't know what they're using. And we
I
need that
it's
transparency.
like my number one plight in life is for people to understand that it's not good for them. It's crazy.
Yes,
It's
yes,
crazy. And I think it's so much of it's generational. It's hard for like our parents' generation to understand it could be bad. They've been using it forever and their parents used fragrance and everything, all these new products arrived with new fragrances. You have pumpkin spice for the fall and whatever. And it's like people take comfort in that. And I'm like, it
yes.
is so bad for you. So
It
bad.
is. It's very, very bad, and it's in all of our beauty products.
Yeah, it's
So it's
crazy.
hard for me when I hear other founders mention like their products and all those things and how they've had a hand in making it. But when I see and they're like it's clean, when I see fragrance, I was like, "Are you sure?"
Right.
Because what's fragrance? Like for
Right.
me now, I want to know if it has fragrance, I'm putting it back because I
Right.
want to know what's in it. Like
Right.
that, yeah.
And in fairness, like there's synthetic fragrance, which is the worst. But then they're like, what do you must have to use something. People use like essential oils, or what do you have
Yeah,
to do you
yeah.
need to use anything specifically to make things smell good?
So I use essential oils.
Mhm.
Honestly, I'll be like completely transparent. I love it without the essential oils. Like I
Great.
like the earthy scent, but
Yeah.
I do use essential oils because they do have benefits. And so I
Hmm.
use peppermint, I use eucalyptus and spearmint, and all of
Mm.
those are purposeful to relax your senses. So they actually help with stress levels. So they actually calm your neural things.
Yeah, it's like
They calm your like
multitasking. You're
yeah. Your
multitasking.
neural system. There we go. Yes,
Yes.
they calm that. And that's why I use those scents because when we're washing our hair, I don't want it to feel like a chore. Like
Yeah.
this should feel like self-love. Like this should feel
Yes.
like refreshing. And so when you're smelling that mint, it does feel like refreshing. We're starting over, we're clean. And so that's, yeah. So I do use essential oils, but I do love that natural scent too. But
Yes.
obviously, I list even my essential oils
Hmm.
because they need to be aware if anything is over a certain limit that it can cause irritation. And so there's
Right.
a lot that goes into when you're using essential oils.
Wow, wow, wow. Okay, well, if you can give one takeaway to people who are like, yeah, considering starting a business
Mhm.
or looking to
Okay.
chase their passion, what would you say to them?
Ooh, one thing that has honestly stuck with me, especially being the youngest of five, my siblings were ruthless to me. When you're the baby, you get picked on. And so your confidence can sometimes take a hit. And depending on how you grew up, your confidence can sometimes take a hit. Sometimes we're all feeling, imposter syndrome. So when starting a business, you have to be real delulu, it feels. You have to be real confident in who you are and what you're doing and your mission. And so I really do encourage people to write down their why as much as possible, put
Mhm.
it in places that you will see on a regular basis to remind you why you're doing this and to show up and to continue to believe in it because it takes a lot of confidence to walk in these rooms and be like, you're gonna pick me. Like
Yeah.
I'm what you want.
Yes.
So
That's so good. You have to be Delulu is like the best advice out there, I think. Christian, thank you so
Allegedly.
much. This is where can people find you? We'll link out to everything. Should they find you
Oh,
on
yeah.
your Instagram on Angelic Organics? What's the best one?
Yes, definitely go to Angelic Organics Hair on all social platforms. That's
Okay,
where you can see us, Instagram, TikTok. We're really active on Instagram and TikTok and even LinkedIn. You can also email me at hello@angelicorganicshair.com. Yeah,
beautiful.
I would love to stay connected and answer any questions. I love talking hair, so
Perfect. I love it. Thank you so much for being here.
thank you, Abby.